me why when I saw that price started going and even broke structure, that I was still waiting for price to get to this point when I know now that we are clearly in a bullish market. You will feel like you know what you're doing, but trading is going to always show you the loopholes in your life, in your spending habits, in your money management. And I was humbled. So last week was a great week for me. I had a great week. I was following my rules. When I follow my rules, I make money. When I don't follow my rules, I go into reverse trading, get into emotions and all that craziness. So last week was an awesome week. I closed my account great. And then this was Monday. I got into a Monday trade, and this was the first sale that I was looking for. Go down to my 5 minutes time frame. Okay, so I was on the chart and I was looking for this first sale because for me, overall trend the Monday. Let's do 4 hours. Monday. Okay, Monday will be around here. It's Wednesday, Monday. Okay. So for me, our overall trend was bearish, of course. Why I said bearish is because I'm still not used to price breaking structure like this. My thought of a breaker structure is this is the last swing point that created this low. My thought most of the time is I want to see this area get broken. I want to see this area get broken. And now I can clearly say that I have a breaker structure. And this will not be my swing high to my swing low. I don't mind seeing price come back into the 61.8 level. And then I can clearly and calmly go up to my 0% level for my full profit. That is my mindset. However, multiple times on gold, I've seen gold just do this and then break structure here. And automatically, I've seen a lot of traders that start trading it as a breaker structure. I don't know how. I've seen even some of my big mentors trading like that. This, if you go on the smaller time frame, right? Here is a breaker structure, like on the 1 hour time frame. Here is a breaker structure. But on my 4 hour time frame, I don't have a breaker structure. So it's like, should I ignore my 4 hour time frame, or I should just look at that as my minor time frame? So I'm still trying to figure that out. And I noticed that I am better at taking sell positions than buy positions. Like I can literally see a buy position and I'm scared to take it. But if I see a sell position, like let's go. So I think this was what happened to me. We had switched, we added my 1 hour so that I can start looking at structure differently. And we had switched to bullish, but I was still looking for bearish. Don't mind me, still, if I still look based on my structure, it wasn't like I was taking trades out of nowhere. I'd still use my normal same analysis here. Hold on. Same analysis, liquidity grab here. We got into this fair value gap, trade back, failed to take it out, broke down. We had this change of character here, right? We had this change of character here, and then it came back up. But I wasn't on the trade. I wasn't on my charts by this time. If I was, most likely I would have been taking my trade here, and this probably might have been my sell position here. So my swing high to my swing low, traded back into my something percent fair value gap, and then taking it to this next low. So this may have been my actual trade if I was on the chart early, right? And I still had that. This would have been my actual trade. This next low, right? This would have been my actual trade. So I still have that mindset of we are bearish overall, but we are bullish. So I took this trade and entered the trade around here. I saw like okay, broke the structure, came down, broke the structure again. So my thought process was would trade back up and then down. Sure about that, but price didn't do that. Price just continued going. Now, I'm on this trade and I see that we have a break of structure. Went down to my 4 hour time frame and I saw the area that we were. We were around here going into this area. I think there was this relatively equal lows highs here that I was expecting price to go. We had this daily or this weekly. That's the weekly fair value gap that we had there. So I'm with that mindset of okay, price is going to go into there. I don't want to trade in here because I don't know if price is just coming here to tap into this fair value gap. Because if you look at it on the daily, we are still on this big swing point. We haven't really broken structure, right? But we have these little things here. This is the last low. The last high that broke the structure is all the way here. Understand my concept. I'm realizing with these procedures that I should trust when that structure shift happens. I'm not trying to pick tops and bottoms. I'm trying to follow what the market is giving me, right? So when I saw that, of course, I was on the chart and I saw clearly that we had broken this structure here. And if you tag it to what price was doing, it was going up, correct? That's too correct. And then we traded back. This is my sweet spot. I think I entered here early in this fair value gap area. I entered, but I put my stop loss to take a little bit, what like 100 pips stop loss, great stop loss. I entered this trade. Tell me why before my trade could hit, I started getting anxiety. I started overcomplicating the trade. I did not like I was thinking, but we are in sales. Why am I looking for that? And just a disclosure. Some of the trades that you see on my chart, best believe it that I just analyze them. I analyze them with the mindset of I want to be seeing my strategy over and over again. That every time I open my chart, I'm able to see what I am supposed to trade. So don't go and say, "Oh, I'm putting 1,000 buy and sell orders," and I'm pretending like I took those trades. I didn't take all of them. It's just me creating that. And every time I come to my charts, I'm seeing the same thing. What is here? Liquidity sweep, go back up. This is the last low that created this high. We had this break of structure here. What did you see? Trade came back into fair value gap, broke down, and then we targeted this area. I think I did swing high to swing low on this, swing high to swing low. I think I saw this break of structure, and that's what allowed me to even take this trade down. So no this and no peace. I didn't take this trade. I think this was the trade I took. So back to this. So I went out of this trade. Had no reason why, but I went out of this trade. Then I started trying to catch tops and bottoms here. Tell me also the reason why there was a liquidity sweep. There was a shift in market structure here. I entered, but now my initial entry, perfect, but I stopped trusting my analysis. I stopped trusting my analysis and I started trying to track bottoms, tops, bottoms, tops. Now I'm losing money, I'm making money. I'm losing money, I'm making money, but with no rules. So I kept failing at my rules. Finally, I was able to catch this area here. When I'm use this area, I think I saw this. Okay, we had this break of structure, we came back up, had this liquidity grab, broke structure, came back, took out this liquidity. I looked at my left and I saw that, oh, this was the area that we were looking at, and we saw how price tagged into that area, and I was like, okay, great. Fair value gap tapped in, went back up, tagged in. So I kind of knew that way. This pink indicates for me liquidity. Sorry, indicates consolidation, right? I'd marked it here that this was a consolidating market, but now price has showed me on my 4 hours, I'd known that there was a liquidity sweep here. There was a relatively equal high here that price was going to go. There was a fair value gap here, so I'm more than happy to take that trade. Finally, I entered this trade. It went up. It gives me 450 pips, 447 pips exactly. Trade gave me 470 pips. Guess who didn't take the profit? Me. I was trying to catch a home run. I think my the full profit on that trade was supposed to be about almost $100 on that trade, but I got a $47 on trade. Tell me why I didn't take that trade. I didn't take it. I didn't take it. I got greedy. I got greedy and I didn't take the profit. I wasn't counting the fact that my account had gone. I think that gave me over 20% of my account because I'm going to a small account. I didn't take it. No, it was not 20%. I didn't take it. I was trying to catch the home run of making $100 day because I kept telling myself if this trade goes and hits this full TP, this was my full TP. If this trade goes, I've hit my full TP, then this will be my biggest day ever. I'm calculating of okay, this is what I made, that is what I've made, and I'm forgetting that price had given me enough that I could have taken out and then wait to see another trade later in life. Guess who didn't take it? Me. And ended up the trade came back all the way here. To even show you how crazy it is, it still didn't come back here. Price just came back to do this retracement. I was like, oh my god, price has come down to this, and I got scared and I got out. Got out at like $14. Great. Now I started looking for tops and bottoms. And one thing that I know for sure is when I stop being confident about my trades, I start going down to lower time frames. Now I'm going down to 4 minutes. What am I doing in 4 minutes? I'm going down to 3 minutes. I'm going down to 1 minute. I don't on a good day. 5 minutes was just what I introduced because I noticed that if not most of the time, 15 minutes can get me my end. Immediately I do my analysis on my daily, know my weekly direction, know my 4 hour direction, know my 15 minutes direction. In and out, I'm in and out of the trade and I'm like my trade is done. But 5 minutes for me is just clear because I can just catch that move. 2 hours, 3 hours, I'm done with the trade, right? I decided to leave the trade here. Here was here I left the trade. Trade reversed. When I'm that, did all this. Now I'm out of the trade at 14. I want to enter the trade again. Now I'm trying to catch tops and bottoms. That even in this area where I saw that we had liquidity grab, we had this minor break of structure. I didn't even notice it that price had already shifted the structure. I was still looking for buys and then I started losing money. Hey! And then I got into revenge trading. I started trading the first way that I was trading when I started trading, which was okay. This candle was bullish. We are in a bearish market. Okay, this one will go. I'll just put it on. It will go maybe 20 pips or 30 pips. I'll close it. Okay, let's do this again. Let's get another $10, $20. Let's get another $10. Let's get another $3. That's what I was doing until I blew almost half of my account. Now I'm feeling some kind of way. I'm down on my account. I'm sad. My analysis hasn't changed. And let me be true with you. Every time I follow my rules, I do not go through this nonsense. I mean, price can be doing all this. Immediately, I'm following my strategy. I don't feel all that nonsense. It for me, it's just like, yeah, it's another thing. So I went off the chart. I was talking to a friend of mine. And then I came on the charts. But then I left the chart. So I was coming to the chart saying clearly, I got to this point. And then I was like, oh, this is the liquidity sweep. Sorry about that. We had this first change of structure, and then we had this break that took out this low here. I think then I used my 15 minutes here on this structure. So I used my 15 minutes and I was like, oh, this is a clear break of structure for me. So same thing I'll do, use my fib, swing high to swing low. I was at my baby. This is one of my favorite points. It's a 1.8 level. I was more than happy. I think I went down to my 5 minutes. And then that was where I took that trade. And that was a very successful trade for me. Sorry, let's go back. Okay, here. Yeah, here. This was the trade. Then, okay. So I came down here to the trade and I saw this. I thought, okay, this was the last high that was created. Broke down, we had this break of structure, created this fair value gap. It was doing this. I think I came around about here. So I entered the trade, had this drawdown. It created these relatively equal highs. But if you go into it, you see that by like a pip, liquidity there got taken. It's still going to be used as liquidity later because it's literally relative, right? Just like this. But for now, it wasn't. The structure was showing me that I wanted to go down. So of course, I put my highs, put my lows. This was my target. This was my target. But when price came to this point, it just started going. If I when it came here, it went back into this fair value gap, traded down, created this fair value gap, this fair value gap here. And then I didn't like the movement. Like girls go down. I didn't like the movement. And I was on the top with my friend. My friend was like, "You go where you're supposed to get." I was like, "Yes, actually, my trade oftentimes offer me 2 point something." He was like, "That is what you should be taking." I literally have affirmations. This affirmation says, I am a 1:2 girl. I am objective and I adapt to the market. This I have affirmations, but tell me why when I'm in the market, I'm out. I realized that in my journaling that I'm a journal over 35 trades, I realized that when I do my 1:2, my trades hit. When I try to do more, not because they will not hit, but it's like I get greedy. I get greedy. So that was it. I'd gotten about a percentage of my account back. I was happy. I closed my charts. The next day, I didn't trade because I just wasn't in the mood. I didn't want to get my emotions up and all that. I think the next day on the charts, this was this day at night, people that traded during the Asian session opened, again, gave this rally, took out this relatively equal lows here. They shot back up. If people that were awake probably would have taken that trade. And if you check here, high to low, what do we see that? Perfect. All these are trades I didn't take too. These are trades I didn't take. These are trades that I just analyzed. So I wasn't on the charts this day, but I analyzed it and I was like, oh, that's perfect. Came into fair value gap, took out liquidity, 61.8 level 3 confluences, and then just shut up. If I wanted to wait for anything more, I would have waited to see this break. Let me go down to my 5 minutes so that we can watch that closely. I was looking for something more. I waited to see this change of character, but you can also see that we didn't have a deep pullback to this area. We just came down into 38% and then we just kept going. So that would have been my sweet spot, right? So I've seen that. I'm okay. Just did my normal analysis so that I can have that in mind, continue to see what I'm looking for. And then, of course, I think this was another place I did an analysis on Tuesday, just did analysis. And then this was a trade that I took. So I came on the charts that morning, same thing, liquidity swept, broke down, broke structure here, and we do swing high to swing low as usual. Trade came back into the discount. I saw that. I entered on this after this bearish candle. I entered in the next candle and it was going. Now, tell me the reason why when price got to almost my TP, right? I saw price got here. Of course, I marked out this is liquidity grab for me that it later came to use, right? But tell me why I was already up. Oh, Jesus Christ. This is it. I was already up 1:2.3, right? Tell me why instead of taking the trade, I was waiting for. Hold on. 35 pips. 35 pips made me lose. Hold on. I had gotten 180 pips, and 35 pips made me lose 180 pips. I was so annoyed at myself. Funny thing is, when price came into this fair value gap hitting there, I'd moved to break even. And then I saw that it had created I think at this point, I saw that we had an inverse fair value gap that I marked out. And I was like, okay, price is going to probably use this fair value gap. Okay, here we had this inverse fair value gap here. And I thought what price is going to use there as a high. What the price? The price used that and came down. And then move my TP here. And one thing that the reason why I've been trading better is because I've been following the trend. Like all these are, I even said it and I was like, this is a counter trend. I know for sure that price is not going to go so far. So tell me why I did opposite. This other trade, right? Okay, so um I took that L. I think it was like a $1 break even. I was done with this trade. And then I saw price get to this point. I saw this rejection candle. And my thought process in that point when we have had a break of structure here was price is still in my hold on. I was like, oh, price is still in my area of interest, which was here I took the trade. The thought process is price is going to reverse. And without any like price had done first break of structure, traded back, second break of structure. I didn't see that because all my mindset was there's this sale here that I have to take. So I went ahead to take this trade, and guess who got stopped out? Me. So now I've lost like three times or twice more. And then guess who went into trying to catch tops and bottoms? Me. I didn't wait. I was not trying to even understand, especially because if you look clearly, high to low, price has broken structure, and we know that price comes back. We know that price comes back. Maybe I would have been stopped out here if I took this candle here, right? Maybe I would have been stopped out. But I may not have because if you go back here and you see that we had this break, we came back, we now had this break. So I would have waited, swing high to swing low, traded back in, turn this candle, target maybe zero, right? That's how many pips we would have been able to get here. Target here, maybe 240 pips. Target there. I just did that analysis, right? And then wait. Oh, that would have been a great day. But it's like I'm trying to catch home runs and I'm forgetting that price is showing me a structure that I should be following. I'm just all about catching the big moves, trying to catch the home runs, while I know for sure that I've made more money following my strategy than not. This was yesterday. I probably wouldn't have entered this trade because of the timing, but look at it. Simple, like literally textbook. Look, just hold on. Swing high to swing low. We had a liquidity grab. We had this break of structure here, right? We had this break of structure here. Look for a retracement. High to low. Traded back into 61.8 level. Let me show you how crazy my strategy is. Probably entered on this next candle. Probably entered on this because it's that candle that created that liquidity target. Hold on. TP would have always been here. 1:2. Can you see how my 1:2 trades are hitting back to back? And it's not even 1:2. Most of them are maybe 1:6.5, 1:2. Y'all can see how 1:2 is playing over and over again. Profitable, but it's like instead of taking that, I haven't studied catching these long moves. I haven't studied going on with trends and all that. What I have studied is based on my strategy, based on the charts I have, based on my journaling, based on my sample size, is that 1:2 over a long time is going to give me more money. And you all know that 1:2, like if $10 is what you're risking per trade. If you put $10, you make $20. Imagine that you do $20 by 10 trades. That's literally 200, right? That's literally 200. Let's say in that 10 trades, you lose three, right? You lose three trades. You're still going to be up $170. I'm still going to be up $160 in 10 trades. But tell me the reason why I would not follow my rules. I would not stay on my money. I would continue losing my money, especially when it's just me against me. Can see my strategy in my sleep. Like I'm not looking for a new strategy. But I keep making these errors, and I'm making these videos because maybe one day in life I'm going to send them out raw, remove a few things. But I just want you all to know that just keep doing it. Do it tired, do it hungry, do it uncomfortable, because I'm doing it uncomfortable and it's no longer nice. I'm doing it uncomfortable and it's no longer nice. And can you see how active this trade is? It's just going to take more liquidity. People that are on the lower time frame would see a setup here. You think I'm joking? Just hold on. Let's do 3 minutes. See. If you want 3 minutes time frame, see. 3 minutes time frame, what do we see? Liquidity grab here. Jesus. Here. That was the break of structure. Here was our break of structure. Here is our entry. To show you how crazy, like, I'm not out here looking for a new strategy. Honestly, I'm not out here looking for a new strategy because I know what to do. I can see it in short term, I can see it in long term, I can see it in long trades, I can see it in the buy market, I can see it in the sell market. Here, look at it again. Just look at it again here. This was the leg. Swing high what? To swing low. What do we see? 61.8. What do we see? If you're looking for an extra confluence, right? 61.8, break of structure here. We had a break of structure here. We have this fair value gap here, extra confluence, and then here. Hold on. This would have not been a good trade for me because we don't even have up to 1:2. But I'm just going to let you see that it's repeating. We didn't have up to 1:2, and the least I can take is 1:2. But we did have up to 1:2. See, hold on. I'm the one calling myself short. See, sorry. We did have up to 1:2. We did. Perfect. Can you see that? Can you see that? Can you see that? Break a structure here. Fade it back. Break a structure clear. Same thing. Swing high, swing low. What do we see? 61.8. Entry. Even if you want to take it and say, oh, you want to just do... It hits 27.6. That's okay. I want to just put it here. I'll get it a little bit off because it hit a 1:2. That's a 270 pip move. I'm not looking for a new strategy. I'm not looking for a new strategy. I know my strategy works over and over again. But I need a new identity to change from this point of feeling like I'm not profitable to I am a profitable trader. I'm a consistently profitable trader. I know how to get money from the market. Funny thing is, if I just wanted to be taking money to eat from the market, very easy because I can literally pull a 30-day, a $40 a day, a $50 a day. I could do that and withdraw. But because I'm getting into the mind of compounding, which is not something that I'm used to, my identity is not mixing up with compounding. It's used to eat, not let's compound it, let's compound it, let's compound it. So I'm just in a different mindset and I am upset at myself because I keep making these errors. If I just get comfortable with saying 1:2 is my target and immediately I get to 1:2, if I really want more, then I try trailing my stop loss. If I get so greedy in my heart that I feel like I want more from the market, then I'm going to move my trail up to a 1:2. So even if it turns back, I am still going to be in the trade. Like I'm still going to make more money. But you are a different version of yourself when you open your charts and you sit in front of your charts. All your demons literally come out to party with you. I mean, you feel like you know what you're doing, but you don't. You think that, oh, I know what I'm doing. I've been trading for a long time. Get on the charts. Get on the charts, and the charts will humble you. Make you feel like, am I not good enough? Do you know how many times that I've sat on my charts and I'm like, what am I doing? Why did I go ahead to buy clothes, sell shoes like everybody else? I'm a pretty girl. I would have been a banker, done corporate. Why did I decide to do a business like this that has only me? Like, I'm the only one that can discuss with myself. I am the only one, the only person that is in charge of my life. I'm the only one that can take responsibility. Nobody's coming to save me. Nobody's coming to save me. Nobody's in charge of what my life turns out to be. I am. But we as people, some of the times we are used to working for people. It's not easy to be a trader. It's not easy to be a trader. Like, you wake up in the morning and you be like, you know what? I just want to torture myself. I want a job that I know that will torture me for the rest of my life, and I don't care what happens in between. You care what happens in between. This was a solid trade, but I got greedy. This was a solid trade. I got greedy. I wanted more. What happened when I wanted more than what the market had offered me at that time? I got topped. Here. What happened when I followed my rules and took what the market gave me? Even if it had more to offer me, I made money. What happened here when I entered? I got scared. I got my momentum back. I got here. Price gave me a 400 points move. But I wasn't looking at the fact that price had given me 400 pip move. I was thinking of the 400 pips that price had not given me. And what did I do? I lost it, and I lost a little bit more. Trading is definitely going to change my life, but I know for sure that if I continue to do the same things, I'm going to be getting the same results. And the same results are not helping me. Because doing the same thing and expecting a different result, that's not life. Look at this place here and look at this place here. Are they not the same thing? But do you know that this same place in a different situation can take a downtrend? Hold on, let me show you something. So look at how here moves. Break structure, does this, does this. What do we see here? We saw a break of structure like it was going up. And then we just had that big move that changed everything. But before the day was closed yesterday, since we have a bank holiday, banks are closed today, charts are literally closed. Guess what happened? We started having a change of structure. We had this break of structure here, and we have had another break of structure. In fact, this is the main break of structure for me. What are the variables for me to enter this trade? Simple. Mark here, high to low, and do what? Wait for price to come into this level, which also has my fair value gap. And then when price gets there, long on this bottom. One is to two. That is the only reason to take the trade. If price comes into my area of interest, which is my fair value gap area. I don't need more strategy. I need a new identity that allows me to believe that I am a consistently profitable trader. And I don't care how many times I fail, I'm going to continue winning. I can decide to say, okay, I want to start catching moves here. Oh, that was a low. That was a high. Hold on. Show you something. That was a low. That was a high. Trade back into this point. That short trade. Also, I've hit that 1 is to 2, right? What's that? Just learning every day to be the best, better version of myself that believes that I can do this because I don't have any other thing. Yes, I have a job that is paying me, but this is what I love to do. This is what I love to do. This is what I'm going to take time analyzing. This is the space that I feel my happiest. This is the most fulfilled place that I am. The fact that I can look at my trading charts and I understand what it is, first of all, is always a thing of joy for me. Like I look at my chart and I'm like, oh yeah, this is cute. I'm already excited. Like I know what that is. You mean to tell me that I understand what the charts are doing? I can read my technical analysis. That is the most joyful part of my life. Every single day that I wake up in the market. But I'm learning every day to trust the process and take what the market gives me, and that will make me a profitable trader. I am a profitable trader. I am a consistently profitable trader. And recently, I started listening to this trading psychologist, Neve Straits. One thing I like about her is the softness in her voice, like literally the softness in her voice. And yeah, so that's the end. We have seen what we're looking for on gold. We are, and this is another confirmation for me on gold. Hold on. If you go to the daily time frame, can you see that we had this mini breaker structure here? That's because of the way it's behaving. If not left from me, we are still bearish, right? But you can see on the daily that price went into this fair value gap. And by the end of the day, it traded back up. So tomorrow, I'm not looking for. We probably might see price do something crazy, but it's gold, so you never know. So you might see price getting to that point, and then this high is going to definitely be my target. That's 806 long term, all the way up there. But this is the new swing high to swing low. We already have price traded back, and then you have another break of structure. We're looking for price to come back into a 61.8 level, and we can then take price. So we might end up seeing the trade go down into this fair value gap, hold on to this area. But we'll wait. What I think the extra confirmation, of course, we'll see price enter. I like to say rejection, and then the next candle, I like to see it ability to be bullish or bearish. But if I see like a week here, I'm more than happy because I would end up using the week here as my stop loss, whatever it provides, and then use that and then go high, get my 1 is to 2 and be out of that trade. But this is the analysis that I have on gold. Let's see what I have on US 30. See what US 30 is doing. Is it just me or US 30 trades these days are so ugly? I think these days I find it hard to find a clean US 30 trade. I don't find clean trades. It's Friday. Oh, this market is still open, but gold is closed. I don't know why gold market is closed. But US 30 is open. What is that? Okay, we also have it. We also had a break of structure here on US 30 yesterday. So you're looking for kind of the same thing. This is just corrective. So of course we have swing high to swing low. We are waiting for price to come into this level, which is also the last level that got broken. And let's go back to 15 minutes. Here we have a fair value gap there. Had this break here. Clean of liquidity. Oh my god. Such a week. Okay. Then we have that breaker structure here. We still go down to 14 minutes. You see we have that breaker structure here. So I don't liquidity sweep. I don't mind price coming down into here. We have this OB here. That was some trade from yesterday. Had a small short. 1 is to 2. Like that's in one candle, but it was like 5 minutes candle, buy and sell and all that. I took this buy, which was my initial instinct, anyways. Okay, this was another trade I took that I lost money on. This was another trade I took that I lost money on. This I saw this liquidity sweep, traded back, and then to the buys entered, but I didn't like the price movement, so I kind of left the chart, and then it came down into the discount before heading like all the way to the bull side. So I was correct on this analysis, but I didn't have a stop to help me carry that much weight. I really can't wait when I have $1,000 account, when I have a 5K account, because that would let me use better leverage. I'm not, these trades are going to be the same. The only difference now is if I'm trading maybe like $100 account and I have an entry here, I kind of am not scared to put my stop loss here because I'm trying to use $100 to trade, and I'm looking for a 1 is to 2. Yeah, because I'm like, oh, like a structure. I said that was a $71 loss pip, and this will be better. But in this case, it's going to be like a $7 to make 140. So I'm just learning and putting all that in that perspective. Came back up, covered all that. This was what I was using. Most likely my stop loss would have been here. I still would have been tagged out. Just learning, doing it the best way that I can, and then just letting God in charge of my process. Because honestly, I cannot do it without God. That's just the truth. It may look like I'm hot headed or I'm a bit more quiet about God, but honestly, I cannot do this journey without God. I feel like the fact that He has kept this particular trading on my mind, for someone like me that He knows gets tired and bored of things, and this is just one journey that I keep coming back to. I'm not tired about. I don't care how many times I get to blow an account, which I haven't. I think this is one of the longest times that I've not blown an account. One of the longest times I've not blown an account. My usual self by now would have blown the account. Like I'm literally revenge trading, and I'm like, what are you doing? I'm talking to myself like, what are you doing? You have to leave this trade. And I'm like, oh my god, I'm doing it again. But I have goals, and I'm gonna reach my goals. I don't care how long it takes. I am going to make it in this trading thing. Look at this cell. Look at how this cell was beautiful. Like, it was made for me. This is a bigger structure. Set it back up. Entry. Boom. 1 is to 2. Clean. Same thing. Here. High to low. Treated like in. We had this bigger structure here. We had this bigger structure here. Treated back. Entry. Boom. Twist. I'm just going to be looking at as 1 is to 2 trades. I want to promise myself that moving forward, I'm going to be looking at only a 1 is to 2 trade. I'm going to do it for the next 10 trades. Yeah. I'm only looking for 1 is to 2 trades, and I'm going to try for the next 10 trades, 1 is to 2. I don't care if the analysis gives me 1 is to 3. If I hit 1 is to 2, if I'm in that feeling that I want to stay in the trade for a longer time, what I'm simply going to do is to What I'm simply going to do is I would move my TP to 1:2 and let it ride. If it goes down more, great. If it doesn't, I've secured my profit. So our rule for next week, just 10 trades. In fact, 5 trades. 5 trades. And this is literally, I'm going to literally mark it, put it on my Bible here so that I don't forget. So the next 5 trades, ICT fair value gap strategy, stop loss, TP 1:2. If we get greedy and still want to be in the trade, I must move. I'm saying we because I'm subconsciously knowing that it's my conscious mind and my subconscious mind that is working. So if you see, as they say, if we get greedy, is the both of us, but I is my subconscious mind must move my TP into a 1:2 profit. So either way, my profit is secured. And I promise myself because I'm tired of failing. Damn, I'm tired of failing. Especially because I have a skill set that gives me money every other day. Like something about sales, like if you don't sell, same thing with trading, it's not even this thing, but you can stay in a shop and not have sales or not have enough sales, right? You need to go and buy goods, services. But literally on the trading market, I could literally sit down for 5 minutes and do $40 clean, which is almost 100,000. Like just from sitting on my decks. And I'll be damned if I don't make the correct life choices to change my life. I'll be damned. I have a loan that I need to pay. I know that I'm one of the most what's the word? I'm very carefree right now because I'm not putting that loan at the middle of my life, but it doesn't mean that it's not there. It's going to be a slow process, but you and I know that when you hit your first $1,000, exponential movement, but we just need to be calm for the first 40 trades. We're starting again. The next 40 trades, 1:2. You and I know that we can do it. You and I know that we can do it.